Auzubillahi minash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Prepositions Part 2. Question number 1 है कि people are deprived of their rights. Deprived of होता है. People are deprived of their rights. You should give up smoking. Give up. You should give up smoking. The children are laughing at the clown. Laughing at. The children were laughing at the clown. You should not boast of your wealth. Boast of. Boast of. You should not boast of your wealth. We should stand by our friends. Stand by. Stand by. We should stand by our friends. He is yelling at his servant. Yelling at. He is yelling at his servant. We should abide by the laws of our country. Abide by. Abide by. We should abide by the laws of our country. Aslam always boasts of his wealth. Boasts of his wealth. Aslam always boasts of his wealth. I am not entitled to vote. Entitled to. Entitled to vote. You should be ashamed of your misbehavior. Ashamed of. Ashamed of. You should be ashamed of your behavior. Misbehavior. Nature is not hostile to man. Hostile to. Nature is not hostile to man. He was run over by a car. Run over. Run over. He was run over by a car. He is addicted to gambling. Addicted to. He is addicted to gambling. A Muslim always prays to Allah. Prays to. A Muslim always prays to Allah. His brother deals in earthenware. Deals in. Deals in. His brother deals in earthenware. Eggs are sold by the dozen. Sold by. Eggs are sold by the dozen. He invited all his friends to dinner. Friends to. Invited to होता है. Invited के साथ to आता है. He invited all his friends to dinner. He aimed at. Aimed at. He aimed at the bird and fired. He was born to. Born to. He was born to rich parents. She congratulated him on his success. Congratulated on. Congratulated on. She congratulated him on his success. He walked all the way on foot. He walked all the way on foot. Walked on. Walked on होता है. He walked all the way on foot. He is blind to reason. Blind to. He is blind to reason. He was converted to Islam in 1960. Converted to. Converted to. He was converted to Islam in 1960. He did not agree with you in this matter. Agree with. Agree with. He did not agree with you in this matter. He is deaf to my advice. Deaf to. Deaf to my advice. He is deaf to my advice. He was deprived of valuables. Deprived of. Deprived of valuables. He died in an accident. Died in. Died in an accident. His father is fond of history. Fond of. His father is fond of history. He is proficient at. He is proficient in teaching. Proficient in. Proficient in teaching. Sewage is carried through pipelines. Sewage is carried through pipelines. Carried through. My friend acceded to my request. Acceded to my request. He refused to give me the money that I had asked for. Asked for. He refused to give me the money that I had asked for. She always aspired to the higher education. She always aspires to the higher education. I prefer milk to tea. Milk to tea. Prefer to. Prefer के साथ to आता है. I prefer milk to tea. The thief broke in the house. Broke in. The thief broke in भी आता है. Into भी आ सकते हैं. दोनों आ सकते हैं. The thief broke into the house. He deals in the clothes. Deals in. Deals in. He deals in the clothes. He went there on foot. He went there on foot. Went on. He went there on foot. He comes of a noble family. Comes of. He comes of a noble family. The principal gave away the prizes. Give away. Give away the prizes. His house is adorned with flowers. His house is adorned with ADORNED, adorned with flowers. The divorce was painful to for both of them. Painful to और painful for दोनों में आ सकता है. The divorce was painful for both of them. Painful to and painful for both of them. I met him on the way. I met him on the way. He was astonished at the sudden arrival of his friend. Astonished at. He was astonished at the sudden arrival of his friend. He was meditating on the problem. He was meditating on the problem. Shelley sang a lament for Keats' death. Lament for. Shelley sang a lament for Keats' death. The Prime Minister will preside over the meeting. Preside over. The Prime Minister will preside over the meeting. He was alarmed at the coming danger. He was alarmed at the coming danger. She was shocked at her mother's death. She was shocked at her mother's death. Mother has great affection for her children. Mother has great affection for her children. I shall meet you on Monday. Meet on. I shall meet you on Monday. Beware of pickpockets. Believe in Allah. He insisted on going there. He insisted on going there. This ship is bound for Karachi. This ship is bound for Karachi. He has converted his house into 4 quarters. Converted into. I am not opposed to your proposal. Your proposal. There are several bridges across the river. There are several bridges across the river. There are several bridges across the river. His house is adorned with paintings. His house is adorned with paintings. The battle resulted in a victory of our nation. Never boast of yourself. Never boast of yourself. Take care of your health. He is negligent of duties. He is negligent of duties. I am sick of your silly behavior. Your silly behavior. Beware of pickpockets. He is deaf to my advice. He is deaf to my advice. He was awarded with a shield. He always yearns for a high status. He always yearns for a high status. She is envious of others. He availed himself of the chance. He walked all the way on foot. Next question है, she is endowed with many talents. She is endowed with many talents. This train is bound for Lahore. This train is bound for Lahore. He did not agree to my proposal. He is blind in one eye. He is blind in one eye. He was deprived of valuables. He died in an accident. His father is fond of history. He is proficient in teaching. He is deaf to my advice. He is deaf to my advice. He refused to give me the money that I had asked for. He refused to give me the money that I had asked for. Asked for. She always aspired for the higher education. Aspires for. She always aspires for the higher education. I prefer milk to tea. I prefer milk to tea. Sewage is carried through pipelines. Carried through. My friend acceded to my request. Acceded to my request. He pondered over the cause of his failure. He pondered over the cause of his failure. He is lecturer in English. Lecturer in English. He could not get rid of his problems. Get rid of. Get rid of. He could not get rid of his problems. He takes after his father. He takes after his father. The leader was banished from his country. The leader was banished from his country. I warned him of the danger. Warned of the danger. I warned him of the danger. We have 5 fingers on each hand. We have 5 fingers on each hand. We have 5 fingers on each hand. Her face can be compared to the moon. Compared to. Her face can be compared to the moon. He writes in red ink. He writes in red ink. Put it into your pocket. Put into your pocket. He went across the road to help an old lady. He went across the road to help an old lady. Everyone must be accounted for his misdeeds. Everyone must be accounted for his misdeeds. Naveed is addicted to drinking. Naveed is addicted to drinking. You should abide by the rules of the hostel. Abide by. You should abide by the rules of the hostel. This is very good house to live in. This is very good house to live in. He is certain of his success. He is certain of his success. Certain of his success. He remained deaf to his father's advice. Remained deaf to. He remained deaf to his father's advice. He is jealous of. He is jealous of my wealth. I cannot part from my parents. Part from. I cannot part from my parents. My friend is vexed with me. Vexed with. My friend is vexed with me. He is addicted to smoking. He is not eligible for this post. Hard work is the key to success. Hard work is the key to success. I reminded him of his promise. Reminded of him his promise. I reminded him of his promise. I have a great taste for literature. I have a great taste for literature. She clings to the old customs. Clings to the old customs. She clings to the old customs. He is fond of playing cards. He is fond of playing cards. He is ignorant of his demerits. He is ignorant of his demerits. Can you rely on me in this matter? Can you rely on me in this matter? She is tired of teaching kids. She is tired of teaching kids. He was vexed at her mysterious silence. He was vexed at her mysterious silence. She is blind to her weakness. She is blind to her weaknesses. My friend always grumbles at his lot. Grumbles at. My friend always grumbles at his lot. Next preposition है the beggar is lame in one leg. The beggar is lame in one leg. The patient was operated upon. The patient was operated upon. The patient was operated upon. She is ill with fever. She is ill with fever. Raza reminded me of my promise. Reminded of my promise. Raza reminded me of my promise. I shall stand by you in this hour of need. I shall stand by you in this hour of need. Stand by. I shall stand by you in this hour of need. The Muslims believe in one Allah. Believe in. The Muslims believe in one Allah. The train is bound for Lahore. Bound for Lahore. He swore by Allah. He swore by Allah. The mother beat him with a stick. Beat him with a stick. Beat with a stick. Open your book at page 15. Open your book at page 15. Open at. I am getting late for the college. I am getting late for college. Late के साथ for आता है. I am getting late for the college. Put it into your pocket. Put it into your pocket. We cannot live on charity. We cannot live on charity. Live on. We cannot live on charity. He is alive to his weaknesses. He is alive to his weaknesses. His opinion is different from mine. दोनों आ सकते हैं, to be और from भी. His opinion is different to mine और his opinion is different from. Different to and different from दोनों आ सकते हैं. The teacher is popular दोनों आ सकते हैं, popular among और popular with. The teacher is popular among the students या a teacher is popular with the students. The holy Makkah is sacred to the Muslims. Sacred to the Muslims. He is addicted to heroin. He is addicted to heroin. Pollution is a great means to environment. Great means to environment. Pollution is a great means to environment. She was trembling with cold. She was trembling with cold. Our boss is devoid of good manners. Devoid of devoid of good manners. Our boss is devoid of good manners. He is higher of his uncle. Higher of his uncle. Our people are kept ignorant of facts. Ignorant of. Our people are kept ignorant of facts. Next preposition है I am sick of interviews. I am sick of interviews. Morning walk is conducive to our health. Morning walk is conducive to our health. Her poetry is replete with image of life and death. Her poetry is replete with image of life and death. She is an voice of her friend. Hard work is the only key to success. Key के साथ to आता है. Hard work is the only key to success. This teacher is popular with his students. Among भी आ सकता है और with भी. This teacher is popular with his students. She is always true to her words. She is always true to her words. He was ashamed of his misconduct. His father deals in cloth. She was shocked at her brother's death. Corruption is obnoxious to society. Horatio was loyal to Hamlet. Loyal to. Women in Pakistan are entitled to vote. Women in Pakistan are entitled to vote. He is blessed with good health. He was born of भी आ सकता है और rich भी आ सकता है. He was born of rich parents या he was born to rich parents. Born of and born to. He was born to rich parents. The gun went off accidentally. Went off. The gun went off accidentally. The princess was leaning against the pillar. Leaning against the pillar. The princess was leaning against the pillar. I am protected against typhoid. I am protected against protected against typhoid. He is suffering from malaria. Ali is fond of playing cricket. He is angry with his brother. Angry with his brother. He is angry with his brother. Alia takes after her mother. Takes after her mother. He always meddles with matters of others. He always meddles with matters of others. He is longing for getting admission to a medical college. He is longing for getting admission to a medical college. नेक्स्ट प्रपोजिशन है देयर आर कैंडिडेट्स फॉर दिस पोस्ट. देयर आर कैंडिडेट्स फॉर दिस पोस्ट. शी इज़ एन वॉइस ऑफ माई पॉपुलैरिटी. एन वॉइस ऑफ ENVIOUS. शी इज़ एन वॉइस ऑफ माई पॉपुलैरिटी. हार्ड वर्क इज़ indispensable for success. Hard work is indispensable for success. He was popular with the students. Popular with. Slim is worthy of respect. Worthy of respect. He is negligent of his duties. Negligent of his duties. He died of malaria. The sun is shining in the sky. Shining in the sky. He is addicted to smoking. Addicted to smoking. He insisted on going there. Insisted on going there. He insisted on going there. They burst into tears. Burst, BURST, burst into. They burst into tears. Such bad behavior is unworthy of him. Such bad behavior is unworthy of him. He is very partial to sweets. He is very partial to sweets. Who is knocking, दोनों आ सकते हैं, knocking at भी और knocking on. Who is knocking on the door या who is knocking at the door. You have no sympathy for the poor. Sympathy for the poor. You have no sympathy for the poor. आज के लिए इतना ही, इंशाल्लाह बाकी अगले लेक्चर में. थैंक यू सो मच. अस्सलाम वालेकुम.